we could give them some snippets in like the pros and cons, successes, failures, but we don't have to tell it all, because that's when people can really pick our brain, who are like, I want to be at a table with them and just talk shop.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think we keep it tight. I totally agree.
I think the one of the ways to probably keep it tight is just have a clock out and have all of us be aware of it and be okay with cutting stuff short to move on.
Yeah. And if when I put this slideshow together, I could even put like a timestamp on it. Like, if it's like, basic outline, 5 minutes, our stories, like 3 minutes each, like I could keep it tight like that.
Mhm.
And, and then keep the time on like the breakout sessions, 20, 25, 10 to 15 for the panel. So again, cause I function very well that way, when it's like, we can have just that slideshow to kind of guide us and capture what's in this doc, which I think works really nicely.
I agree, and I don't know how to do this, but one thing that I've enjoyed, have you ever done the like Pecha Kucha stuff where it
Yeah.
actually changes on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like 20 seconds. It's like, whoosh, keep moving.
Yeah, I think the same thing if we can maybe
Ooh.
not this one, but at some point in the future figure out the like, hey, there really is 5 minutes for this and now it's the next slide. Um
Oh God, totally agree. That would be cool. Like, oh man, Peter, there's our next presentation we do together. We do it Pecha Kucha style.
mhm.
Like especially if it's a presentation where we know it's more of us talking, less interactive. Oh my God, what a great way to tell a story and keep things moving.
Cool. Sam, what else can we do now to make Monday successful?
Have you been to Dynamic Landscapes before?
No.
It is really fun. It's super interactive. Like, it's kind of like sensory overload. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's all over campus, so it's kind of a maze to get to places. So I'm thinking, if it's logistically for us as presenters,
Mhm.
the biggest thing is, beforehand, they send us information, like make sure we know where we need to go. We're the first presentation, right? We're like nine something.
Yeah.
So, meet at the room and just make sure we're there with time to prep, because we don't want to be scrambling to like pull up the projector and stuff. Because with the array of places that they're having presenters, I've definitely, because this will be my third year, I've definitely had to like be the one who sets everything up. It's not like you walk in and they're like, here's your computer, all you have to do is log into Gmail. Sometimes you have to like fire everything up.
Yeah.
So we'll be there early, because we're the closest, so it's easier for us. So we'll get to the space, get things set up. And in terms of the actual presentation, again, knowing I've got time this weekend, I'm happy to take lead on putting the presentation together, or at least a rough framework based on our doc.
Mhm.
Send it to you guys, change, alter, edit, whatever. Um, and then, I mean, those are the bigs. I think this thing runs itself. I love how interactive it is. I totally agree that if anything, we're going to be low on time, because I think the interactive sections will be great. You never know how many people are going to show up. Um, but hopefully it's a good crew, because I think this is a presentation that deserves a good crew. And yeah, and then we just get to hang out after that.
Do we do you have a student that might be interested in playing videographer, or do we reach out to someone else to try to get someone else to hold?
Ooh, right. Good question. I mean, I could get the SCS. We have a media kit with an iPad, tripod, microphone. It's the same crap we used at the overnight. I could get one of those. That's easy. We could set it up and just boom, have it.
Yeah, I guess I always feel the tension between like documenting and actually doing a good job of what I'm doing at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Um, and I honestly feel like it's going to be beyond the bandwidth. So I'm wondering if like if there's a student that would be excited to do that, or if um, like I know that Miss Parody's going to be there, uh, but we could also reach out to someone else and see if they want to do it. What do you
Right. Because Tarrant, like Audrey
think?
Hoffman from Tarrant does a beautiful job of capturing this stuff. Like she did so with 2 years ago when I presented at Dynamic Landscapes, but I never know what Terrence, like what their priorities are.
Yeah.
So we could get a media kit at the very least, and we could even take turns, like kind of like capturing the footage. I'm
Mhm.
thinking about when we go to the breakouts, like if you and Peter start, you're sitting down with whatever crew wants to hang. I could come by, kind of set the camera up over the table, then transition it over to the kids. I mean, we could share the burden at least if needed, because I do agree that capturing it's a really good thing to do.
Cool. Well, yeah, if you can grab one of those kits, I think I'll send a note to Susan and just say, "Hey, Susan, um, whatever you're able and interested to do in terms of documenting, that'd be cool." Um,
Yeah,
and yeah, I guess uh, it's kind. Please do put some sort of slideshow together,
hmm
and I'll show up early as well. I'll have either a shadow puppet or a flip gritty thing about um, our context and our experience with it. And I think we'll see who shows up, and I think it'll be great.
yep, totally agreed.
So I guess I'm going to ask it again. What is there anything we can do now to make Monday a success, or are we pretty much there and we just need to show up?
I feel good. I know that I'll feel better having the slideshow because again, that's kind of like my crutch. Like I'll know it'll be our framework.
Yeah.
You've got your homework with your shadow puppet.
Uh-huh.
Um, we both know Peter's awesome. So if we basically send him, like even if it's when I send him the Google Slides framework and just say, dude, here's what we talked about. Look through this, make any changes. Um, I'm sure he'll do whatever he thinks will help. But no, it should be good. I mean, I think our first planning meeting was good, and the integrity, like I think the quality of this presentation means that even though it feels a little bit like we're kind of winging it, I think we've got a really good framework. The content speaks for itself. I think we're going to kick ass.
Yeah. Sweet. Right
Cool.
there. I had one snafu with this. Susan asked me to showed me how to try to record these Hangout things on the
Oh
YouTube,
yeah.
and I forgot to press record at the start.
That's actually funny. I have another Google Hangout tomorrow, and I was asked to record it, so I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Well,
Turn camera.
here's a
Yeah.
here's a pro tip. You have to press start broadcast.
Ah, the very obviously named button.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Cool.
take it easy, Sam. Thanks a bunch, man.
You too, Peter. Nice job, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see you out there. Bye now.
Later.